Okay, I know we're all tired, but I do want to ask you guys to please try and still pay attention. If I see you sleeping, I will call you out on it, and then everyone's going to laugh at you. So to save yourself from embarrassment, don't fall asleep because I will see it and I will hunt you down. Okay, having said that, the chair will now call the meeting to order at 1:44 p.m. Ljubljana time. I will get there. All right, first up is roll call. John,
Algeria, IVSA Mexico, IVSA Algeria. Oh, sorry. We are doing for roll call to bust your funniest dance move. Or whatever dance move you want. Just bust a move. So starting off with IVSA Algeria.
With music. With music for me.
Also, in case you're a single delegate and shy and want your friends to dance with you, you can ask them to dance with you as well. If you're by yourself and want someone to dance with you, you can ask your friends around you to dance along.
Without music. That's so
Okay, we can.
You will always start with
Alright. IVSA Belgium. IVSA Brazil. IVSA Croatia. IVSA Czech Republic. IVSA Denmark. IVSA Germany. IVSA Greece. IVSA India. IVSA Indonesia. IVSA Ireland. Peru. IVSA Poland. IVSA Serbia. IVSA Slovenia. IVSA South Korea. IVSA Switzerland. IVSA Taiwan. IVSA Thailand. IVSA Netherlands. IVSA UK. IVSA USA. We have 45.28%. We have
Thank you. Next up on the agenda is nominations for president. And it is also the last year that you will be able to nominate people for president, Mina, secretary, and Congress will now have yours away. Susanna?
Susanna Salvatori, IVSA Italy. I want to nominate Vanda Ducic for IVSA Croatia Exco for the position of president.
Vanda? Vanda Ducic, IVSA Exco, I accept. All right, are there any other nominations? Seeing none, nominations are now closed, and Vanda's the only candidate. We look forward to your speech.
Yay!
Then up next is nominations for MENA regional representative. We already have Mohammed Massad and Afaf Sharaf from IVSA Egypt and IVSA Morocco respectively. Are there any other nominations for MENA regional representative? Seeing none, nominations are now closed and will not reopen again. We will be holding elections soon. The nominations for secretariat. So far, we've had no nominations. Are there any now? Taha?
Taha Rahmani, IVSA Morocco. I nominate Stella Kovacic as the secretary. IVSA Greece. No, Croatia.
Croatia.
Croatia. Croatia.
I got confused. Okay.
Croatia.
Are they here?
Stella Kovacic, IVSA Croatia, I accept.
All right. IVSA Croatia is on a roll here. Up next, nominations for 73rd IVSA Congress. 1.5 years away. Are there any other nominations? Okay. Then it will just be Peru. Up next, final thing for nominations is nominations for 73rd IVSA Symposium, which is 2 years away. A long time. This will not close this GA. It will continue to be open. But, you know, it's a fun experience. Just talk to the Slovenians. I'm sure they'll say so. Seeing no hands, I will. Okay, seeing hands.
Stella Kovacic, IVSA Croatia. I want to nominate IVSA Morocco for the 73rd IVSA Symposium.
Oh.
IVSA Morocco.
That's exciting. The last symposium I attended was in Morocco. And let me tell you one thing. One, I'm old. Two, their food, mind blowing every single day. Loved it. Okay. Any other nominations? Seeing none, nominations are closed and will reopen again at the next General Assembly. The chair will now entertain a motion to table. Okay. I'm not doing that anymore. Sorry. They're just trying to humiliate me today. Anyways, oh yes, we're not tabling this, so we're doing it. Can I hand over the microphone to whoever's doing it? Network update, alumni presentation. Oh, I didn't click on it. That's what you said. Read it.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Laura from a former IVSA Italy, now IVSA alumni. Yeah. Okay, so guys, Laura Melini from IVSA alumni. Okay. And everybody knows alumni. So this is a network for veterinary graduate students from around the world. Any veterinarian may become an IVSA alumnus after registering and paying them, their membership fee, even if they were not previously active on IVSA. A person is recognized as IVSA alumni upon completing their veterinary degree anywhere, register on IVSA alumni network, and pay a lifelong membership fee of €15. We are currently 220 members, and we encourage the one of you that are graduating to subscribe. And the benefits are of being a member is join the assembly as an observer, applying and get selected for the activity, and stay in touch with that all over the world. You can participate to alumni events and projects, receive benefits from the partner we have. We have sponsor, so it's nice that. And you have access to the IVSA reserves and everything. How to become a member, you have to register, and then you have to email the treasurer and pay the membership fee. So this is the team for this year. We have a project in collaboration with SCO. There is the mentor-mentee project. I hope some of you apply for the project. And there will be an event. Unfortunately, the BBC, that is our partner, is not going to be here in Slovenia, so we're not having this event now. So we have like the Young Back Toolkit also for as a plan for the 2023, and we have also a form that we want to improve and to collecting ideas from all the alumni members, like to create a network and a community that is growing. And the benefit, like you can come to the conference and the IVSA events, and yeah, and see like there are more potential sponsors. So eventually this year we will get more money in order to do something better for the next year. And so the upcoming events are the case presentation, and also there will be a workshop like in 3 days held by alumni, and the event with VDC, that is Valley Veterinarian Clinic in the US. And we tried like also to do webinars for like dates in March, eventually for TB Day. And thank you for your attention, and I encourage the one of you that is graduating to apply.
Are there any questions for our lovely alumni network? Okay. Then up next is the presentation on the 72nd IVSA Symposium in Indonesia. Indonesia? Alice.
Alice from my place in Indonesia. So, okay, everyone. So, I will present about 72nd IVSA Symposium. It's for the next symposium in Indonesia. So, it's a will be held in 18 until 26th of January 2024. So as you know, IVSA Indonesia is we have 10 universities that will be held our symposium. It's in Udayana University. It's location in Bali, Indonesia. All right, so you see in the screen, we have our symposium theme and our logos. The symposium theme is Transform Global Health. And we going to itinerary. Okay, so it's for the third day, it's arrival and transporting to the hotel, and we get a dinner. For the next day, it's day one. We have opening ceremony, lecture one, workshop one, general assembly, and international stand, as you see. For the day two, we have general assembly, university visit, and we going to optional activities. We're going to Bali Bird Park, Monkey Forest, Bali Reptile Park, as you see that the picture. And we have optional lecture and silent option. So for the next day, we have lecture 2, workshop, EO meeting, GA, and live auction. And for the next day, we have GA, committee workshop, and cultural evening. And for the next day, we're going to Pangilipuran Village, Ubud Art Market, and optional visit. You can choose Bali Safari Park or Kecak Dance Performance, as you can see in the picture. Yeah, so for the day C, we have optional tour. We're going to Bali Museum or Art Center or Taman Nusa, and we have general assembly, formal dinner, and night activity. So you can do tour bar, or you can oh, okay. So you can walk around Bali. So for the seventh day, we going to beach, and we have general assembly and white t-shirt party. So for the last day, it's end of the day. Yeah. So this is our summary for GA lectures, workshop, cultural activity, and mandatory agenda. And this one is our hotel. The name is Sensei Hotel. And the number of delegates that will open is 150 per. Okay, so this is the symposium maximum fee. And going to our budgeting. Yeah. This our income. We have income from delegates and from our sponsor, that we have one sponsor that will be done, and other of sponsor that will be negotiation. And it's budget for hotel, venue, and transportation. So the pickup truck is for another car for expense to bring stuff and some things, large stuff. So this budget for the consumption. Okay, so this budget for the activities. as you can see. And last, the budget for delegation, secretary, media, and other, that we have administration fees because secretary must print out other documents. So this budgeting summary. Yep. All right. So
All right, so that was Indonesia's presentation. Um, I'm going to open the floor for questions now. Next on the agenda is voting on the fee, on the maximum fee. But now we will get to ask questions about their budget, their itinerary, any doubts you may have. Feel free to do that now. And then when it pertains to the fee, to the maximum fee, just know that we'll have another agenda point right after this on it, so you can also talk about it there. Okay. Are there any questions? Susanna?
What amount of money are we talking about for the other sponsors? Because as far as I can see, you only have one for sure, and it's giving you like 2,000 euros or dollars, or I don't know what's the value there. So I was wondering if there is gonna be like a main one. I mean,
Alice from IVSA Indonesia. So as you see that our sponsor is on our another sponsor that in negotiation, but it's our target is will be done before the Congress in Denmark.
I hope that answers your question. Are there any other questions? You may ask anything. Okay, then Taha.
Taha Ahmadi, I base in Morocco. So the max fee is 380 without tax. If the tax is included, what is approximately the fee, the final fee? Thank you.
Technically, we still have the agenda point after it on this, but it's fine. All right, so CF tax or central fund tax, I explained it before in one of the other GAs as well, is 8%. And if you add 8% onto this, it's 410 and 40 cents. I did all of that by myself in my mind. I'm kidding, you will show me. That'd be very impressive. Jacqueline?
Jacqueline was again Belgium. Is there any information on what there's going to be an alumni event?
Usually?
Yuri Conway to say Expo. So if I just say if alumni event will happen or not, it relies 100% on the alumni network decision, not on the OC. The OC will only provide support for the event.
But since I will be a veterinarian, then hopefully I would like there to be one. Constantina.
Constantina Luca, IVSA Greece. I would like to ask what were the criteria to choose accommodation and transportation? It looked pretty fancy to me personally. I think it's probably good, specifically for the accommodation that was in the presentation. Um, is there a way that we could make different choices so we could, with the result of lowering the fee?
Are there any other questions? Alice.
Alice from IVSA Indonesia. So for the Bali, it's like crowded place. So for the public transportation, it's really hard and so far. So we choose to minibus for our transportation.
Salsa.
For the hotel I Expo, I would like to answer to the previous speaker's question. Just the
Okay. So the first question is about what's the criteria for the accommodation and transportation. So the accommodation we chose is basically from the distance to the GA place and then to the university to everywhere because we want the itinerary to be as efficient as possible and avoid delay. We would choose everything that is very nearby. So for your information, Bali and the place that we chose is not as silent and quiet and as not as near as in Slovenia. So everywhere we will go to with a minibus and it will take time. So efficiency is the most priority to choose the hotel and accommodation and the transportation. We chose minibus and yeah, it was shown quite fancy because the price is quite fancy because it's the average price that we've been research so far. We chose minibus as well because the road in Bali is very narrow and we couldn't like rent the big, huge bus. I know it will save some money, but it will be awful with the traffic. And the second question is about okay, okay, the accommodation also looks fancy. So far, that's the hotel. Sorry, the hotel that the OC is considering to have a deal with, and they are planning to make the hotel provider also sponsoring our event, and they are proposing starting in January. So hopefully they got a deal and the money will get lower. As for the other accommodation, the secondary plan would be looking for the cheaper ones if they are available. It's quite hard to find the very cheap ones, and it's near everywhere at this moment. The prices in Bali are kind of fluctuating. No. I turn it off. That's all. Almost. All right. That was all for Salsa's response. Do we have any further questions for Indonesia? Yes. And Kamila?
Yes, I would say journey, considering the previous events, do you think 1 meters or I don't know how many minibuses you rented is enough to transport 150 delegates to the hotel, to the GA and back?
Salsa?
So I'd like as expo, for the minibus, we are planning to rent 9, and it's 17 each. So we won't wait for many people to get in the bus. As long as there are 17 people ready, and then they're like, go to the bed. And the hotel's quite spacious for them.
Okay. Any further questions? Seeing none, we will move on to the next agenda point, which is voting on the maximum fee of the 72nd IVSA Symposium in Indonesia.
So Swati from IVSA Indonesia. So I move to approve the budget for the symposium maximum fee is 380 without CF tax.
Is there any discussion on that motion? Trinity? If it pertains to the maximum fee, then yes, otherwise technically it's out of order.
I'll ask the question as the chair.
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
I saw the budget that there's 2 paper trucks being rented. I just want to know what
Unfortunately, okay, so the question was that she saw that they rented 2 pickup trucks, and then asked what they were gonna be used for. But unfortunately, that should have been asked at the previous agenda point. Because right now we can only discuss the motion on the floor, which is their CF, their maximum fee. But, you can ask them privately, or maybe they wanna share in the group later on. Constantina?
Yes. Constantina Luca, IVSA Greece. I would like to ask if the event would be more viable, if it would happen, even if we lower the taxes and taking into consideration sponsorships that are on negotiation. They're not here yet, but hopefully they will. So, but even if without those sponsors or sponsorships or partnerships, would it be viable if we lower the fee to 20 or 30 down?
Rhonda?
Rhonda Duchichan the Exco. So to answer the question of previous speaker, I think first of all you saw the budget, it was still in minus. Second, this is a maximum fee, so it can later get lower. We just wanted to make sure that we will be able,
that they will be able to hold an event. So that's why. Yeah, so just to be like safe for it. Okay.
Any other questions? Any other discussion on this motion? Constantina, I just had to check if there was a new person. I didn't want to ignore you.
One last question. Guys, I'm trying. Okay, one last question would be for the Brazil, for the conference in Brazil, when we had to pay for our fees, there were extra costs to the platform that we paid. To pay for, there was an extra fee. What would be the way of payment, and if we would have extra fees this time as well?
Yuli.
Uniconvo, IVSA Exco. So usually because we're talking about international transfer, there are always fee attached to it, and the fee are always responsibility of the delegate that is paid. So I can assure you there would be fees, regardless of the platform that is used for transferring, unless you decide to pay in cash.
Any further questions? Susanna Salvatore.
Salvatore, IVSA, can you hear me? All right.
Just talk very closely to the microphone.
Susanna Salvatori, IVSA Italy. So I was wondering, looking at the budget, if we can lower this tax, this fee, because I saw that the formal dinner costs half of the price that is for the accommodation. So I was wondering, like, if we pay hotel for 8 days for all these people, 24,000 euros. How come we pay 12,000 euros for one dinner? I think we should lower. I think we should lower. I was wondering if we could lower this price because it's 70 euros per person, and I don't know how is in Indonesian situation, but in Italy for 70 euros, like you would not pay, dinner. So I was wondering because I don't know the situation of how much life costs in Indonesia. I can't speak. So I was wondering if it's possible to lower that price by maybe choosing a cheaper place.
All right. Salsa?
Thank you for your question. Sorry. Model Sabila, I guess the Exco. Yes. So the budget here, the maximum fee here is determined to allow the OC to have some flexibility, and it will be followed up by the Exco again after the symposium, so that we have more solid budget, so that the fee can be lower. Can be lower.
All right. Any further questions? Any further discussion on the motion that is on the floor? Yuli?
Uniconvo, IVSA Exco, I'd like just to add something to the previous speaker. So after the presentation, the Exco will go through together with the OC in order to try to lower as much as we can the fee for this event, and also fix the fact that they right now have 6,000 euros in debt. So there will be some revision, and hopefully we'll lower this fee to be less than this.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, given that I didn't hear a lot of noise for like lowering it. And since we've always set it at a maximum fee and they can always still lower it afterwards once they get more income, I'm going to go into no objections. However, if you would rather have a card raising vote, you can always say I object, and then we can still discuss it more, and then we can move to a card raising vote. Just know your rights. I don't have that much of a say, though it may look like it. Okay. Any further discussion on the motion on the floor, which is to set the maximum fee for the 72nd IVSA Symposium in Indonesia at 380 years without CF tax? Any objections? Seeing none, motion passes. Then next up is Denmark, presentation on the 72nd IVSA Congress. President Jamie. IVSA Denmark. Nice to meet you guys. Hello, team producer, IVSA Denmark. Hi, everybody. I'm going to be presenting the Congress that this summer is going to be in Copenhagen, Denmark. The dates are the 23rd of July to the 3rd of August. So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Denmark. We are a tiny little country, located up north next to Norway and bordering to Germany. We have our own currency, which is Danish krone, and we do take MasterCard in any boutique. We don't really use cash anymore. And most Danes do not really believe in anything. We are atheists. There is not anything that you have to think about and what kind of clothes to wear and what kind of not to do in that path. Actually, even though it's not recommended, most stores do take different kind of currency. So most places you'll actually be able to pay with euros. But it would be a good idea if you need cash to just exchange it to Danish crowns. Congress will be held in Copenhagen, which is my hometown. So I'm looking very much forward to showing you Copenhagen. It literally means by a harbor because we are not very, we say it as it is in Denmark. It's not very complicated. Copenhagen is a rather safe city. It is just as we are experiencing here in Slovenia. You can walk on the street at night. There is public transportation everywhere, and hopefully it will be nice and sunny and warm by Danish standards, which is everything from 20 degrees Celsius to 38 degrees Celsius. We're hoping that will be lovely and warm. But you never know with Denmark. It's the one day of snow and the next day of sun.
the Congress is going to be hosted mostly at our faculty, which is in Frederiksberg. Frederiksberg is the highest part of Copenhagen with its stunning 31 meters above sea level. Denmark is very flat. And the normal transportation around is by bikes. And our faculty is turning 250 this year. So that is also why we're inviting you here to come celebrate with us. We're the second oldest veterinary school in the world. We're very proud of it. We've been around for a long time and have a lot of very proud traditions and games and social things that we would love to have you guys join us in. IVSA Denmark is our chapter. We only have one school, so we only have IVSA Denmark. We are approximately 1,000 members, which is a lot, as we are not very much more than 1,000 members in our school. This is almost every Danish student that's an IVSA member, which is very impressive in my opinion. IVSA Denmark are not the same people. That it's another group that's doing the Congress. We have the Congress group and the IVSA Denmark, just to avoid confusion. IVSA Denmark is, of course, we are hosting the whole thing, but when we're coming to the budget later, IVSA Denmark is supporting the group. Just gonna put it up now. For accommodation, we have found a very nice youth hostel in the middle of Copenhagen. It's right by the seaside, and hopefully it will be sunny, so we will have a lot of possibility to go out and enjoy beautiful Copenhagen. It was like finished in 2021, so everything is brand new and very nice. So look forward to that. They have rooftop bars and everything is grown as well, so we've got a very good deal with these guys. So I will go quite quickly through the itinerary. Right now, this is our plan. It might change a little bit, so not everything is set in stone, of course. But first day, we will arrive, hopefully as perfectly organized as it was here in Slovenia. And then we'll have the first day with opening ceremony, show you guys our beautiful campus. We'll have the first GA, and then we'll start out with cultural evening. As you guys figured out yesterday, it is an awesome way to get to know everybody. Second day, we will tour around Copenhagen, either in our canals or in our city, whichever way we will plan it, but we will show you our beautiful city. It is, as you saw, not very big, so it can be done in the whole day. Day 3 is made for streams. Streams are going to be lectures. You're going to be picking one type of topic that you're going to be talking about with different lecturers the whole day. So let's say you picked small animals, companion animals. Then you're going to have a couple of lecturers that's going to tell you about cats or about dogs and this specific problematic in this situation. Or maybe equine, and then you'll have equine lecturers telling you about that. So streams just means you're going to have lectures the whole day in that specific topic that you want to get lectures about. And then we'll have dinner and silent auction. Day 4 will be GA, physical activity. Physical activity is very popular in the Danish movement because physical activity just means that we get together and do a bunch of games and compete against each other in these different disciplines. There's always live music, a lot of competition, and it is a lot of fun. And of course, we're going to do that with you as well. And of course, we will go to AMI. The best part of our campus is, of course, of Campus Bar, which is, what is it? It's the place in Copenhagen, the bar that orders the most beers from Carlsberg, which is the biggest beer company in Denmark. We drink a lot of beer now. It is lovely. Of course, I'm going to do that with you. Day 5 is going to be official workshops, and hopefully we'll find workshops that will match the streams, but we are debating that at the moment. And GA, and then live auction. Then we have recreational streams. Recreational streams is another word for going out and seeing another part of the country. So we will be, it could be a trip to Sweden. It could be, Sweden is very close to Denmark. takes half an hour. So, but it could be, yeah, the Zoom, like, I mean, as you guys might have noticed yesterday, we're very proud of once we've been a Viking nation. So we have a lot of cultural history about that. We would love to show you. Then we have day 7 with optional activities, lectures, dinners, and all the night activities are going to be optional, of course. Day 8, we will have GA and practical workshops, and then we have a night free to do as you please. Explore Copenhagen or sleep, if that's what you prefer. Day 9 will be reserved for sponsor spots, optional activities, and shopping in preparation for the formal dinner. We will have plenty of time to make sure that the hair is perfect, tux is as it should be, and all these kind of things. And day 10 will just be GA and closing ceremony, and of course we are going to go out with a band at the white t-shirt party. And then the last day is departures, and all the different things we're going to do is distributed like this. Right, the cost of this whole thing is 350 euros. We wrote it on that in Brazil, so that is just the way it is. It is not going to be changed, I believe, and that is 378 euros with sea of tax. If you guys need to look up tickets, the closest airport is Copenhagen Airport, and the next station is Copenhagen Central Station. So you already go check out right away how much it's going to be. Some countries might need visa. If you're in Europe, you usually won't. Double check it, scan the QR code if you have any doubts, or just check the Danish website. I'll help you out if you have any questions about that. So, we have our budget. When we started planning this, the world situation was a little bit different. We had an ideal budget and some ideas of how the whole thing was going to look. Now we have a more realistic budget because of the world situation and crisis. As you see here, the sponsors we have here are for sure. These are, they will for sure give us the amount of money that we have put in our budget. We are hoping that we will get sponsored by a couple of other people, but we're still waiting for that. As you see, we have a couple of other sponsors in mind, but that is still for debate how much. We still have half a year. A lot of things can happen in half a year. But if nothing happens in half a year, we still have the current budget and a plan with that. For outgoing, we have a couple of different expenses. The reason it says dinner and lunch, and then afterwards lunch, is because we have a package deal for the company that will provide us dinner and lunch in one place. And then we have some other days where we cannot have both dinner and lunch. We have to do it in 2 different locations. So that's the other lunch or the other dinner. And the rest is pretty self-explanatory. Here's the budget for the formal dinner, GA, and other. We are very lucky to be able to host most of it at our faculty. So we have all the venues that we want. We have quite a big university. It's not just veterinary medicine that goes there. So we have plenty of space, and we can borrow it for free, which is helping us reduce our costs quite a bit. That's nice. So the current deficit here is high. Our plan is we have a student union that is willing to help us out if we desperately need it with 10,000 euros. So the correct number is minus about 9,000 euros. But it's only if we are not being able to get all the sponsorships that we're currently waiting for. This is the current, but in case that we do not get any of the other sponsors, our student union will come in and help us out with at least 10,000 euros. And that's still not plus. Then we, of course, will look into how we can cut down costs in other ways. And this was our ideal start out budget. But again, world changes and now it's a little different. Post-Congress. We would love to host you guys for Post-Congress it is a little dependent on our budget. If we do get more sponsorships, we will host an awesome post-conference. We will have to wait a little bit to tell you more about that. If we do get the possibility, we will invite you to the New Nordic Adventure, which is a little shelter, as you see in the last picture here, is a very Danish way to go out and sleep in the woods because we have no predators and it is very safe and a very interesting experience. You can eat a little food over the fire and be lucky to see a little bit of animals, even though we don't have too much wildlife. But nature is beautiful. And the rest of the OC says hi, since their regards and they would have loved to be here. But in Denmark, exams are at the end of January, so crazy people would rather stay home and study for their exams instead of being here at the symposium. Yeah, I can't understand why, but they all send their love, especially Daniel, in the middle here. This is his first time in too many congresses and symposiums he's not attending. And he's our president. Left is me. I'm the vice president. And then we have the treasurer in the green shirt, and maybe yes, some of you guys know from Brazil is there as well in the closed community. And the rest of them are also OC members, and hopefully we'll get even more volunteers. So we are looking very much forward to hosting you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for your lovely presentation. Does anyone have any questions for IVSA Denmark? No?
Bill, I guess there is something about concepts of, I believe in the ninth day. Can the speaker please give us more information?
Any further questions? Nicoline? You need no really cool. IVSA Denmark. Yes, that spot is reserved in case we can get some of our sponsors might require, they would like to sponsor us if they get a chance to tell us a little bit about what they do and why we should take more interest in them. Let's say some big company would like to sponsor us, and then we give them the opportunity to come tell us more about their company. So depending on the sponsor, will be what's going to be in the sponsorship. Okay. Okay, Jacqueline?
Again, since IVSA again Belgium, is there any information on post? It's just what we're.
Maybe no music IVSA Denmark. Yes, the post conference will be possibly taking place as a Nordic outdoor adventure, as camping and shelter, which is a very Danish way to do it. But whether it will be happening or not is still up for debate. I will, of course, let you know as soon as we decide. But if, and hopefully this will be happening, I will take you out and show you some of the most beautiful nature for us of Denmark. All right. Any further questions? Seeing none, you guys can go back to your seats, and we can all already start mentally preparing for all the fun we're going to have there. Up next, GA1 onwards. Yay. The chair will now entertain a motion to untable agenda point 22, members portal presentation, not membership portal presentation. Martina. Yay.
Sorry, I am Italy, high school.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? We told you guys we would table it, and now we table it, and now we untable it because we're gonna continue. Any objections? Seeing none, motion passes, agenda points untabled.
George is correct.
Yuri, I just say Exco, so I will not repeat the whole presentation. So I just wanted to know if you guys still have questions, because there were a few in the previous GA. So yeah, questions?
Taha?
IVSA Morocco. Actually, I have 4 points that I want to talk about, and they're all related with how we're going to proceed. That's the question. How we're going to proceed to do um, this this number proposal. The first one is: are we going to create a commission of students or members who are gonna talk with the company so that they know what they're gonna do. So uh, the point is who's gonna be in charge of uh, the communication with the company so that we have what we really need, so that also the company knows what we really need. The second thing is uh, uh, as there is a handover, maybe we will need a lot of time to execute this project. Is this commission, if created, will be uh, uh, will have like more than one term to just to concretize this project. And the third point is, are we before accepting this project, can we just before that have new bylaws, or like new bylaws? One of them is as as previously said, Gaspatina, speaker, because if we have like sponsors, we have to have like bylaws that says that sponsors should not have information about the members, since the portal would have like a lot of information. Second, who has access to this information? Is it the exco? Is it the MO president? Is it who? And also, uh, and we're gonna need some bylaws about MOs that don't wanna subscribe to the portal. Will it be mandatory? So this is like all the bylaws that we have to maybe need to have before executing the project. And the fourth point, uh, like the maintaining of the pro the portal needs like someone. So maybe we'll have to nominate a new uh, position just to maintain the portal. Sorry for the late. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, Taha. Just a quick reminder, we try to keep GA comments to a maximum of 2 minutes per person, just to kind of keep conversation going. But I mean, you were gonna have to stand up and finish your points anyway, so I figured I might as well just let you do it in one go. Yuri. Yuri.
Yuri Kalba, this is Exco, so thank you very much for the questions. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions that I took notes here. So the first one that was asked is regarding the communication with the company on this transition. The transition period has started. So how it will work, everything at the moment is being held mainly by PRC and the president position, but also all the relevant exco positions will be had with what matters on their side. For example, the communities will be taken care of mainly by MOD and CC, the financial part by the treasurer, and from there on. Besides this, the whole process of creating and developing everything is made by them, not by us. That's one of the major improvements that you're saying, because they are experts in this matter. Regarding the second question that was made was regarding if the change of terms in August, final end of August, beginning of September would affect this transition period to the platform. So what was mentioned to us is the platform is ended as well as all the changes in the website will be finalized by April. The timeline that Exco established from themselves is to have everything up and running by August. So like, they are way ahead of us. They will give almost 4 months to us just to prepare internally the forums that rely on us. So everything will be set and run before the end of the term, so that the next term, and probably what will be the next president-elect, that you already know who it is, they can already take the platform running without having to worry about the transition things on that. So from not having a platform to having a platform, they will pick everything down. It was also asked questions regarding privacy of our users. There is no need to have a bylaw on this because there are GDPR rules. So maybe we need to follow European laws. So we are not allowed to share any personal information of our members to any partner or sponsor without the specific acknowledgement from the member, right? So that will not happen. Uh, then was also asked a question regarding who would have access to the members' information. So that also go with all the GDPR that you guys see when you fill out forms. So all the officials have access to your personal information, and that's all. Uh, General members do not have that. But again, once filling this, MOs, like national MOs, will also have access to their members' personal information. So this is something that will need to be changed in the GDPR disclaimer that we are doing right, that we use right now. There was also, so that's the fifth question regarding if MOs don't want to join. So this is not a possibility. So in order for you to pay the fee, once you pay the fee, you're already inside the system. So like, it's not that you cannot work, you cannot. If you don't want to use, that's fine. But like all the MOs will be automatically inserted into the system. And then on the maintaining of the portal, there was also a question that was made, who will be responsible for this? That's all covered by the company. That's why we are talking about major improvements, because a group of specialists will be taking care of maintaining and all the security according to European law, so we don't need to be worrying ourselves of these matters. That was all the questions that was asked now. So yeah.
Thank you. Any further questions about the members portal? Salsa?
No, there's also a live Exco. There was a question from the previous speaker on the last General Assembly, and now we'd like to answer that.
Go ahead, you can say anything you want as long as it's about the members portal.
The question was about how if we use the membership portal and the engagement in Instagram and Facebook and other social media will be lower. So there may be a possibility that it's going to be lower, but then again, our
Salsa, can you maybe please repeat that a little bit slower and more closely into the microphone? Because I saw lots of confused faces around me.
hello. I'm gonna repeat Maria Salsavila, IVSA Exco. I would like to answer to the previous speaker's question, which is about how if this members portal would affect the engagement from the other social media that the IVSA Global MOD team and social network and committee like will it become lower? Okay, so the answer is there is a possibility that it will be lower, but it will not be significant because then again, our goal is to make the members and the officials connected and become more closer, and the information is disintegrated efficiently, like it reaches all of them. In my opinion for the moment, there are many people that who don't know about IVSA yet. So on the social media, like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc., will be used for advertising and let people know about IVSA. And second of all, I believe people will still use Instagram, Facebook, and etc. Like the first appearance and the first eye-catching announcement will be there, and then they will go to members portal for further information and forums because in the portal. So it will eliminate the what's one last thing? Oh, screening process. Sorry. So yeah, there will be we will discuss more about this in the PR network, and I would like to hear more opinions about how to make the social media engagement and increase it. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Now to you two.
Sorry.
Any other questions? Seeing none. Oh, seeing one. Mehdi.
I have a question regarding, well, what, if any, interactions or communication has there been with partners, and if there were, what do they think about us going, like, moving forward with this?
Yuri at IVSA Expo, there was some communication regarding partners and sponsors. So Purina Institute was the first one that we approached with this. This was actually a very positive topic in the discussions that we had when we were talking about the increase in the sponsorship. This was very, very well received by them. We also had communications about this with WVA and FE. Our discussions on this matter were very positive, right? Not only them, also the company also mentioned this is kind of the tendency that all international associations are following in the next years. So far, on other partners and sponsors we brought, we only had positive feedbacks.
All right. Any further questions? Salsa?
I'm Fabiola. I'm from the Expo. I would like to give a comment
You can.
about the membership portal. It will be discussed in the Expo meeting, the future Expo meeting, like the updates and stuff. So Expo, and I mean, me as the PRC hopes that as many as officials attending, because you guys will also like work together with us on maintaining the portal. So join Expo meeting, and all the all the all the all the IVSA members are also welcome to join online. Check out our social media. Thank you.
Noted. Any further questions or comments? Okay, then we finished this agenda point, and the chair will now entertain a motion to untable agenda point 24, revision of the annual budget. I want to see someone new do it, but Trinity, go ahead. Any discussion on untabling this? Any objection? Seeing none, motion passes. Agenda point is untabled. We tabled this because there were so many questions about the membership portal, but now you guys have heard about the membership portal and how amazing it is. So hopefully now you understand better where those extra expenses are coming from. And then I would like to ask James to join me up here to present the annual budget again, or well, not present it again, but be here if you guys have any further questions.
All right. John Trujano, IVSA Exco. I move to approve the revised budget for the term 2022-2023 as presented.
I don't know why I keep sitting down. It makes no sense. I need to stand up anyways. Any discussion on the motion on the floor, which is to approve this budget, revised one? Any objections? Seeing none, motion passes. Revised budget approved. Very quickly, about this presentation, a lot of the focus is on the membership portal. I do want to emphasize again that besides the expense, there was so much of an increase in income because of all the hard work that Allison did as external relations officer. So let's give a little love for Allison. Okay, the chair will now entertain a motion to go into 20-minute recess. Ooh, spicy. Where? Oh, so much. Felix.
Felix Metzger, IVSA Germany. I so move.
Second. Okay, any discussion? I will discuss. We want to do an energizer with you guys first, and then in about 10 minutes, we're gonna go and have like coffee and all the good stuff they always put out for us. So we're gonna first do a little energizer, then have a little coffee break, and then we come back. Sure. That was any further discussion? Any objections? Seeing none, motion passes. We're in recess.
you.